Hey to YouTube, what's going on? Hope you guys are keeping well. I have been gone for a very long time, and today I decided to watch the trailer for Snow White. This thing came out like 3 weeks ago, and after watching the trailer, I decided I should make a YouTube video. Reason being is I wanted to go over some of the stuff with Snow White and just how bad everything is. To be quite frank with you, the entire thing is a complete mess from the onset. It's not because of just the fact that it's going to be a live action movie. Let's be real. All of those Disney movies that are live action are absolutely terrible. I can't imagine a single one of them actually being good. The only way those things can be seen as good is if you've never seen like the original animated movies, some in the 90s, 80s, 70s, whatever it is. Like I remember growing up as a kid, I watched Lion King more than 20 times, and I was like amazed by it. When I saw the live action version of it, I was like, this is just nasty. It's just awful. God damn, it's bad. The same thing can be said for any of the other Disney movies, and obviously I'm a millennial, so that's where things come in. I grew up watching these things as a kid, only to watch them be ruined as an adult. And I think the same sentiment can be shared for a lot of people when it comes down to those who are going to be actually watching these movies and paying good money to see it, or those who are actually anticipating these movies to come out sometime in the near future. Now, the thing is, for the kids of today, they're going to see Snow White the way it is now, and they're not going to bother with it. They're going to be like, hey man, Snow White's always been that way. Without even watching the original, they're not going to even know. Now, to be clear, it's not the way she looks, it's more her attitude and the way she's handled the entire media tour regarding this movie that's actually rubbed people the wrong way. Now, the trailer itself, let's go have a look at it. It's got 84,000 likes and 1.1 million dislikes. I'm not going to play the trailer for copyright reasons. I don't want Disney to come out and start fighting with me over, well, I don't know, maybe the fact that I got like one subscriber on my channel, or do I have two? I don't know. But that's awesome. Anyway, I do this thing nowadays. As of now, I do it anyway. Like this comment if you're not a bot. So if you see this anyway, Only Blade YT, like this comment if you're not a bot. Leave a thumbs up. I like to see how many people are actually out there. They finally did it. They made a movie nobody's gonna pirate. And that's the thing about piracy as well. I have to ask you guys generally, do people still pirate stuff in this day and age? Like I tend to try to watch movies that I really like and really anticipate at the cinema. Otherwise, I'm not really interested in them, and then I'll just catch up with them on streaming. Otherwise, I'll just skip over it entirely to come back a few years later and binge watch like a whole trilogy in one go. That's just the way I do things. And yeah, life's been a bit hectic. I've been off the internet, I've been off social media, I've been off everything I could imagine. And my life never got better. So I decided to come back to YouTube and make some videos because it's more fun. It brings me more happiness. And speaking of happiness, let's see what the section looks like, or the comment section. Snow White, don't waste your time, Prince. I don't need a man to save me. The Prince. Actually, I was going to ask if your stepmother is home. The end. Oh my goodness. God damn. So, to be reference what's going on over there, everybody knows who is acting in this movie, all right? So, we've got, okay, aside from Rachel Ziegler's movies over there, where is this stuff? We got Rachel Ziegler, who we already know what she looks like, right? And there's no secret who Gal Gadot, what does Gal Gadot look like? Like, if we see her, you know for a fact, my friend, we are dealing with what could have been a slightly older version of Snow White. I wouldn't have mind. I'm just saying she could have pulled it off, in my opinion. I'm saying we don't need a teenager looking young adult. No, dude. We could have had a much more mature looking Snow White, and I'm pretty sure people would have been happy for it. One of the things that also rubbed people the wrong way as far as this movie was concerned was initially there were no dwarfs in the movie. We had instead the seven magical creatures, all of whom nobody tended to like. I mean, it's called Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs for a reason, right? That is the name of the story. That is the name of the movie, I would think. The actual name of the story could be slightly different. I'm not too sure, but hey, that is what it is, right? Now, as far as the actresses go, the few things to take into account when it comes down to their track record, Gal Gadot needs no introduction. We already know that she acted in a ton of movies, an absolute firestorm of movies. It's no secret that she's been around for a while and she has been nailing it for a while. Every single movie that I've watched of hers, I kind of did like them. There were a few which I didn't enjoy, I will admit on that. But for the majority of them, I thought they were pretty cool. I think she's pretty competent as an actress and she does a very good job. In real life, she's also you're pretty nice. She comes across as nice and friendly, not entitled, not condescending. She comes across as somebody who's respectful, somebody who you could actually have a decent conversation with, or even be in the same room with, or a professional environment, and have a level of professionalism which is acceptable across the board, something which we can all work with. Our main protagonist, on the other hand, over here, let's be realistic, all right? First and foremost, let's turn down the attitude, sweetheart, because let's be real. You've acted in 3 movies before Snow White. Shazam, Fury of the Gods, congratulations. I didn't even know you were in that movie, and I watched that movie. The Hunger Games, I don't think I watched this movie because I fell off after the 3rd one. Snow White, well, it's Snow White. Never heard a West Side Story. Now, a few things I want to point out over here. Your attitude, no matter who you are in life, and no matter what you've accomplished, do your best to remain as humble as you can. I'm not saying this because it is mandatory for you to do so. No, 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 no. I'm saying this because the mark of a good person, the mark of good character is humility. This is something that I've seen time and time again with a lot of people who are actually good. These are people who tend to be a bit more humble about their things. Certainly, we can't be that way, and I can't dictate how you should or shouldn't live your life. But let me tell you something. When you sit in a room with somebody who's entitled versus someone who's humble, the person who is humble will always be loved more than the person who is entitled. When somebody's entitled, everybody looks at you as an insufferable, spoiled little brat. When people see you, they don't want to associate with you. And that's what's happened over here as well. The entire Snow White movie could have been saved if they just fired her and replaced her with somebody else. But they didn't want to do that. Now, I'm not trying to say this is the case, but I'm guessing there's a possibility that our main protagonist over here, maybe she's got some dirt on somebody. I don't know. I'm only guessing. Keep in mind, I'm not saying that is what happened. I'm just saying it's a possibility. Maybe she's got some dirt on somebody. Maybe she knows something that she shouldn't know behind the scenes. Maybe she did something that she shouldn't have done, or caught somebody else doing something that they shouldn't have done. These are all allegedly, of course. I'm not saying these things happen. I'm just saying these are what if scenarios. Now, a few things I want to point out over here. As far as the movie goes, everything seems to be on point. Gal Gadot actually does look like the evil queen, especially when she wears the crown and the outfit. She even does look like the witch, which is pretty awesome. Snow White looks nothing alike. Nobody really gives a damn what she looks like, to be honest with you. I couldn't care if you looked even further from Snow White than you did over here. That's fine with me. What matters to me, though, is the way you portray and do everything. You see, at first, they were saying there's no love interest. Now, when you look at the trailer, there is a love interest. The movie was rewritten a number of times. For this movie to break even, from what I understand, this thing costs around $200 million to make, if I understand. Let me have a look over here. 209 million US dollars is what this game cost to make. I'm guessing here, I'm just guessing, but in order for that to actually be profitable, they're gonna have to. Oh, there we go. There's it. Why Disney Snow White must gross $340 million to succeed? There's actually an article over here about this. Sorry, man, guys. So she's only 22. Oh, no wonder. She knows nothing about the real world, nothing about real life. We were all young and we were all stupid, but nobody stuffed up on her levels thus far. I mean, I was young and stupid. You were young and stupid. Many people of you are still young and stupid, but none of you were or are as stupid as her. So anyway, this is an up-and-coming live Snow White movie, blah, 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 remake. We'll have to gross $336.4 million to break even. That's as far as the analysis goes. Now, to be clear, I need to know, who the hell is going to make up these funds? Where is this money going to come from? Because with her attitude, your attitude goes a long way in life. I'm being honest with you. No matter who you are, you can make a bad movie, but you could be the sweetest person in the world. People will say you made a bad movie, but people cannot fault you for who you are. You can make the best movie in the world. People out of spite will be like, you know what? I don't need to go buy a movie ticket for this nonsense. If I really want to see it, I'll just get it wherever. You know what I mean? And that's where the situation comes in. You got to understand, when it comes down to optics, when you work in these certain fields, you also advertise the product. You are the face of the product. So when you come out there with poor advertising and people see this entitled, spoiled, condescending brat talking down to everybody else, everybody's like, you know what? I don't want to support a person like that. You get a paycheck from this, Good for you. You're not getting it out of my wallet. That's where it ends. And that's how it always goes with these kind of things. However, on the other hand, people who are fans of Gal Gadot will be like, yeah, I'm going to go watch that movie. I'm going to buy a ticket because it's Gal Gadot in the movie. But people are not going to be going because, oh, yeah, I love it. Slay Queen. Yeah, baby. No, nobody's going for that. I can guarantee you 90% of the ticket sales are going to be because of Gal Gadot. Everybody else is not going to give a shit about anything else. This movie's been rewritten so many times. Things have been changed over and over again. We finally have dwarfs in this movie. And guess what happens? Ziegler still can't get with the program. I mean, in her most recent interviews, she even just stands there like an NPC. You can see like her blood is boiling. While Gal Gadot does all the talking, she's just nodding her head away. And people are like, yeah, be in your place. No, that's not how it works. She could have easily said, look, guys, I'm sorry the way I handled situation before. I just thought, you know what, if I was a bit more edgy, if I came across as a bit more aggressive, people got a bit of a better idea as to where we were heading with this Snow White movie. But I've also come to understand that, hey, look, this is an old tale from Brothers Grimm. It's something which a lot of people knew about, and I want to do the character justice. I want to make this story come out of the book onto the live screen. Forget about the animation. You've already seen it before. But this live action movie is going to top that animation. When people talk about Snow White, they're not going to say, look, that was a good animated movie. They're going to be like, that was a good movie, period. That was it. That's all they're going to say. People are going to be asking you, talking about the animated or the live action? And be like, movie. I never said animated. That's how you can make a statement. But with the attitude that you got, nope. Why would I want to waste my money on an entitled little brat? I mean, I'm a millennial. And for me, as much as it doesn't seem that way for like my kind, Gen Y or millennials, respect goes a long way. When somebody is respectful, when somebody is humble, you want to be around those people, you want to interact with those people, and you want to support their endeavors. When somebody is disrespectful, entitled, condescending, rude, obnoxious, has no sense of professionalism, you don't want to associate with them. That's just the way life is in general with everything. With that being said and done, everybody, what do you think about this movie? You think it's going to fail? I mean, our main protagonist over here has got 3 movies on the belt. The supporting cast, or rather, Gal Gadot, has got tons of movies on the belt. And let's be realistic, a lot of people do enjoy her movies. Otherwise, she wouldn't have been in so many of them. Let's be realistic with that. So it is what it is. And I think we'll leave it over there for now. This comment section is wild. I'm just shocked that Disney hasn't turned it off, and I think a lot of people are in the same boat as well. So let's see where this gets, and let's see how far this all goes. I'm curious to see. Let's just read a few more comments before we go. In 1937, the cartoon Snow White saved Disney. In 2024, the live-action Snow White will destroy Disney. Choices. And this is something that's also true. If I remember correctly, back in 1937, things were looking pretty rough for Disney financially, and I'm pretty sure this was, like it says over here, the movie that turned everything around for them. I came here purely because I saw on Facebook that this video has over 1 million downvotes, and I really wanted to be a part of that community. It's all CGI, and they called it live action. Weird. This is why YouTube doesn't show the downvotes. I'm calling it right now. They're going to move this movie to Disney Plus because nobody's going to watch it in the theaters. Maybe. When I got told this trailer was out, my first thought was, oh, they're actually still going ahead with that. And that's the thing as well. I thought this movie was honestly cancelled. I don't know. I'm going to leave the video over there and stop rambling on. With that, I'm out. Everybody, if you liked it, leave a like. If you disliked it, leave a dislike. I do have the dislikes enabled on my browser, so I can see it. If you hate this video, by all means, go ahead. If you did enjoy it, please do subscribe. Come back for more. I will see you guys in the future. I am definitely going to be making videos on the regular. I want to make 1 video a day from now on. Mainly because I tried this thing where people said, get off the internet, go and work in the industrial force, and you're good. Loading boxes and breaking your back, working 12-hour shifts a day, coming home exceptionally late. That kind of mentality. Not to say that I work in that field, but damn. Life sucks when you're sitting in traffic 2 hours a day, going to work and getting back from work, having to deal with people you don't want to deal with, going up, wasting your time and living life the old way. This is the age of the internet, people. And I think it's time we all came back to it. So yeah, I'm going to make content. And if you want to watch it, I'm here. I'll see you next time. Bye.